So today this video was supposed to come out earlier, but I was sidetracked as stuff to do. But now I'm back and I have the chance. So as we do every week, let's go over this and let's kind of dissect what we're reading. So a giant snake. So yeah, let's continue. Okay. A giant snake called Jormungandr attacked Walrus School, but Sanji and Headmaster Kiba take it down. So, I don't exactly know what the giant snake is yet, but to me it reminds me of that giant snake that we saw in the Skype arc. It was the Serpent God, I believe. There was some giant blue snake. And it had like whiskers. But yeah, that's what that big snake kind of reminds me of. Skypiea. What we saw in Skypiea. But anyways, continue. Giant children start sleepwalking to the beach, following Gunko's arrow. So this kind of tells us another part of Gunko's ability, and that is that wherever her arrows point at, doesn't matter what you don't want to go there, or you do, it doesn't matter what you want. As long as the arrows point that way, your body will move regardless of what you personally want. So it's like that game. I think in like Japanese culture they play like kids like they're like 3, 2, 1, and then the one guy or the one opponent, he puts his index finger like he points it like towards the left or right, whatever, up, down, wherever, and then the opponent's face has to, I guess his face has to point the same direction. So if let's say I point my index finger to the right, my opponent's face has to turn to the right. So I feel like that's the kind of power that Gunko has. Loki orders Luffy and the others to unlock the last cuff on his leg, warning them that he can still destroy Elbaf in this state. Loki strikes Ragnir into the Atom Tree, triggering a lightning strike from the sky, which causes a fire. So I feel like people are gonna read this and automatically assume that he probably has the had the lightning powers, and I wouldn't jump to that conclusion yet. Maybe he has like a power where like whatever he touches becomes like packed with like bad luck, and like that causes like things like meteor or even lightning strikes to happen. So I don't necessarily feel like that's his power, the lightning power. I feel like it's bad luck, like he pushed him and in turn lightning struck him, but instead of hitting him, it struck the tree. So I feel like his power is like bad luck or something like that. But anyways, at the school, the children's fears come to life as eerie, doodle-like monsters resemble Loki, Black Nika, Dragon, and more. So it's not really a surprise that so it's not really a surprise. Well, what surprises me is that when the kids are listing their fears, they put dragon, and they obviously mean the revolutionary dragon. And I guess to them, they're kind of being propagandized with like what the celestial dragon, like dragon is the most wanted man on earth. So I'm guessing that's what they believe in. probably the Celestial Dragon or someone has fed them propaganda and told them, yeah, this dragon guy, he's a really bad guy. If you see him, he'll kill you, or, he's a very bad guy, pretty much. That's what I think happened. But there's also, I feel like that part is probably like one of the powers of the God's Night, because last chapter 2 God's Night came out, and I'm guessing now that it's one of their powers where if you write something, they can make it alive. So if, like, let's say someone draws it in like a special paper with a special pen, that way it allows whoever has the power to make them to life, to bring them to life from paper, kind of like puppets. But yeah, my guess is one of those two has that power. If I had to guess, it would probably have to be the dragon character. I don't know, he just like how he looked, how he showed up in like his mythic form, that wouldn't be the scope of his potential powers, because he obviously looks cartoonish. So I wouldn't be surprised if his power also is cartoonish in a sense, like Nika's is Luffy's. But anyway, Anji remembers she taught the children to draw their greatest fears. The Holy Knight watches as it all goes down. So I'm guessing Anji is some kind of teacher at the school. So I'm guessing one of the activities that they made the children do was, okay guys, draw your worst nightmare, and they obviously probably hung that around the class. And then that when the God's Night activate their powers, I'm guessing I can picture them like just watching, like on top of the building, to like kind of observe how the duels kind of fend. Like, I guess it would make sense they were observing like what goes down, like once the power activate the duels, the God's Night move on, while the duels handled the children or whatever. So yeah, the Holy Knight watches as it all goes down. Summers asks Gonko what he fears most. Gonko replies, Nika, break next week. So obviously, I think so. I feel like Gonko this is kind of like Yamato's situation, where Yamato is obviously a girl. She's a woman, but she identifies as Odin, a man. So I feel like that's what's kind of happening here. Like, she is a woman biologically, but she does identify as a man. We don't know yet why she does this, but I can kind of guess a little bit. Maybe it's a situation where like she knows that she has a twin sister koala in the Revolutionary Army, and to kind of throw off the sense that we're related because they look so much alike, like twins. What if one decide to, okay, I'm gonna start identifying as a man, so the Celestial Dragons don't question me like, oh, I saw someone that looked exactly like you, that's a girl in the Revolution Army, is that your sister, is that you? So I feel like she did this to kind of avoid that. And then the thing with fears most, and Gunko replies Nika. I'm not really sure what that whole thing is about. I feel like once you're at the echelon of the government, like the God's Knight, the elders, the top, top officials need to know. I feel like they would be briefed by Imu, like, okay, this is like, I'm guessing like they'd be briefed like probably before that. Nika, like where Imu kind of confirms the rumor of like, oh, this is secret, but Nika is actually a real person, and you should fear. And Imu, instead of telling him the truth, obviously he went with the propaganda of like, instead of saying the truth, he told the guys on of like, oh yeah, Nika's this is a very bad character. Just another example of the world government propaganda. But yeah, overall this was a lot to digest. I know why. Again, I'm sorry I posted the video late. I had stuff to do, and I hope you guys kind of understand. But yeah, a lot of moving parts here. But before I end it, one thing I really like about Oda is that Oda, he understands his readers. He understands that we're smart. We're not dumb. And what I mean by this is that I'm guessing Gonko's power ordinarily would work against, a regular sized human, an average human. I'm guessing the extent of his powers is like he can shoot arrow, he can force a human to go whatever direction, but the difference is he can do it while they're awake and conscious, and they can try to be futile to go against the arrow. But since these are children of giants, and these giant children, they obviously have greater strength, greater mass, and they're more cranky, because these are even though they have been softened up, they are still the children of warriors, even though they're children. So I believe he purposefully used his power at midnight, because that's when children sleep, and when they sleep, they're, especially children of giants, they are the weakest at that point. Middle of the night, still sleeping, that's how weak they are. So if by doing this while they're sleeping, that kind of reduces the chance of anything going wrong by a lot. And like I said, they're kind of like puppets. At this point, they have no strength. The only strength they have is your dead weight. But I mean, I'm guessing the arrow can kind of deal with that. But I mean, yeah, just really love that extra detail that Oda did, and hopefully you guys picked up on that. And I really appreciate that Oda, he believes that we are smart, because we are smart. I'm probably gonna end this video here. Please leave a like, subscribe, and see you next week. Thank you, and bye.